Getting in trouble if not fully vaccinated? I call BS on Dr. Fauci. Hey, everybody, this is Dr. David with a little reaction here from something that came out this past week. Now, I am somebody who has followed, as you know, the COVID story from the very beginning. I realize that Dr. Fauci has probably one of the least desirable jobs in America and has had to continually make statements about things we have known so little about. And of course, as we've gotten through different understanding about the vaccines, as we've gotten through the different variants and subvariants, of course, things keep changing. And so, I do want to give grace to people and to Dr. Fauci when it turns out that some of the things that he has said turned out maybe not to be so right. And even some of that advice. But you know what? I made have given opinions and made advice that also have not been correct. Now, granted, it does seem as if we're kind of able to see a little future here on this channel and get most of it right. But nonetheless, nobody is getting all of this right. But just something that happened this past week that Dr. Fauci said that really kind of got me a little bit here. This week, so as you know, Dr. Fauci, the White House medical advisor, made this comment about people and COVID vaccines. If they don't get vaccinated or they don't get boosted, they're going to get in trouble. Fauci, now he actually said this on Los Angeles radio station KNX, called KNX In Depth. Now, I'm sorry. First of all, let me explain. By trouble, he's not meaning in trouble with the government. I know that people start thinking about this. Oh, is the government coming after this? Has nothing to do with this. They're meaning health trouble, medical trouble. Now, there are 70% of all Americans who are either not vaccinated or are not fully vaccinated in terms of up to the standards of what the definition of booster cells about booster vaccines. That is 228 million people. Now, you're telling me that 228 million people are all of a sudden going to now get in health trouble because of this, when we've seen that the overwhelming majority of people have not gotten in trouble all the way up until this point, and now about 85%, if not more, people have some level of immunity to COVID, whether it was from vaccines in the past, even if they weren't fully vaccinated, or from past infection, and of course hybrid infection too. But people who have had two doses of vaccine and have been and have had the disease, the likelihood that they're going to get in trouble from the virus, it's just that's not credulous. Um, now, the age group that is the of course the largest percentage of not being fully vaccinated up to date are children. Okay, a tiny percentage of children have gotten in trouble with this virus, and not to say that kids haven't died, because they have, and not to say that they haven't had myocarditis in teenage kids, because it's happened, and not to say that this multi system inflammatory disease that has been very rare and thankfully much less common now, can also be happening to people, because it can. But this is such a broad statement that he made, that you're going to get in trouble. That's all these people are going to get in trouble if they're not completely up to date from the vaccines according to the most up to date CDC recommendations. Now, he also went on to say this. People will say, well, the risk to me is low, so I get it. He then mentioned that if you get COVID and fully recover without much fuss, you might personally be fine, but you're actively extending the virus's lifespan and giving it a chance to adapt even further. Okay, so he goes right on to say that most people don't have problems with this, right? You get over it without much fuss. So all those people with much fuss wouldn't they, by Dr. Fauci's definition, be the people who are going to be getting in trouble, or would have gotten in trouble if not for they had gotten already? That certainly doesn't seem very clear to me. But at the same time, for all the people, they're saying, through that it will be you'll be actively extending the virus's lifespan and giving a chance to adapt further. Well, we are seeing that people who are fully vaccinated, boosted, if appropriate, double boosted, are still getting COVID, right? So is the vaccine actually stopping the spread overall? Look at how many people have been sick in the past 6 to 8 weeks, especially from the BA5, right? And there's a lot of those people have been completely up to date and have very strong immunity, but they still got it. Thankfully, they didn't get in trouble with the BA5. Now, the way I do see it, this sounds to me like a little bit of fear mongering. Okay, I understand that where they're coming from in terms of they want people to take this seriously, but at the same time, when you make statements such as this, that is just demonstrably not accurate in terms of the level of accuracy that it's been saying, that draws into question the credibility of the government and people like Dr. Fauci altogether. So if he were to be saying and going on and saying things such as like people are more likely to get in trouble if they've never been vaccinated and have never had the disease, because we know that that's important from herd immunity is taking care of both. Or hey, there will be some people and you don't know who if you're going to be that one person. And of course, around here we talk about how's your vitamin D and your zinc levels and what are you doing with your immune support protocol if you first start to get sick. But if you at least say, you don't know if you're going to be that one person who gets in trouble with this, that's a true statement. But why do we have to overstate things? That does seem to be something government, media, all kinds of people seem to be overstating. My goal here is to not overstate things, is to be transparent with you and to give you things to think about so that you can make the best informed decision for yourself and your family. Thanks and have a great day. If you enjoy this video, please like it and share it with as many people as you know.